heck is the Region Angel Show? Because it used to be called Speaking of Charity. Today is the day we're launching this new show. And essentially it's got a kind of bunch of meanings. Angels refer to people who are doing good in the community. It could be a business, it could be a person. We used to feature just nonprofits. We kind of want to widen the scope because there's a lot of individuals out there doing some cool things. The other thing is, I particularly love angel investing. So we're also going to talk about businesses that may be looking for investors and kind of dabble into that part of the world. I think that there's just so many cool meanings of, what that means. The region is, representing, of course, Indiana and Northwest Indiana, but it really could be applicable to anything, right? So every area has their own region, but this is Northwest Indiana today. We're going to start with all the great things going in and about Northwest Indiana, all the interesting people. And what's really great about today, we're coming to you live from the WJOB place here with the Strachan Van Til Studios, and you can hear us on the air AM 1230, 104.7 FM. You can follow the Jed TV app. There's all kinds of different ways to receive this. We're going to also turn it into a podcast because everybody loves podcasts these days. I've been podcasting a long time, but this is going to be the launch of this new show. The other big news today is I have a guest. Check this out. Look at this couch. This is like the Johnny Carson, like the set. You remember that, Tina?
Yes, I do.
So I mentioned this because I had Kelly Ano on from Legacy Foundation a couple weeks ago. And it's just such an interesting setup. It's a little bit 70s, 80s, but I like it. I like it. Do you like it?
I like it. I feel like we should have more guests.
We definitely will. We definitely will. So, Tina, I'm so excited that I'm not going to be doing this alone. Mm-hmm. I have done 69 shows under the old brand, but with this relaunch, I want to make this bigger and I want more people doing it. I don't want to be the only one doing this. So I recruited you, didn't I?
You did, and I am so excited. It's just to be back to where I was born and my roots and to help make a difference and all the work that you've already done. So it's Friday night, but way to kick off the weekend.
Well, let's get into who you are and what is your past. Before we do that, yes. I met you through the Service League, right? Yes. And so I've met so many wonderful people. So this is like a true gift that we can work together in that philanthropic sense, do the service that we do, and now we have this opportunity to really shine light on all the things that are going on good in the community. So tell us about who you are, what you used to do, because I know you have such a great background. So tell us about yourself.
So I am... Gosh, we wouldn't have enough time to really say
it's a 30-minute show.
It's a 30 minutes. So I will wrap it up. I was born in Gary, Indiana. I went to Maryville High School. I am currently married with 3 children. And my background's unique because I actually started in broadcast journalism.
Wow.
So I used to be an investigative reporter.
Oh my gosh.
Which was really, really fun and different in Laredo, Texas for CBS.
Oh, I didn't realize it was in Texas.
It was in Texas, okay. right on the Rio Grande. Wow. And then, unfortunately, I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 22. So headed back to the area for treatment and decided to take a different path and worked in the nonprofit world. So because I was so young with breast cancer, I needed to raise awareness. I also had cancer as a high school senior, which was Hodgkin's lymphoma, which unfortunately caused the breast cancer, the treatment, which now has changed.
Wow.
Fast forward 36 years, so now you know how old I am.
For those of you that are doing the math at home, yes, we won't say it out loud. Well, and this is really, truly powerful because one of the reasons I connected to you was I think we met like right when my mom was going through her cancer treatment and she had passed away just 1 year ago right now. I didn't really know your story until I saw the snippet on the news that was just in February, right?
Yes.
Was it just in?
Yeah, it was just
Tell
recently.
us about that.
So when you get treatment, and just depending on when you did, sometimes there can be late-term effects.
Yeah.
So with the radiation I received between the Hodgkin's and the breast cancer, I now am part of a program that gets followed for late-term effects, one of which is being heart issues. So I worked with WGN and Dina Bear, who's their medical reporter, to raise awareness again, because now I have heart damage. But like anything in life, we need to be proactive.
Yes.
Whether it's getting our colonoscopy screening or our mammogram.
Or getting our ovaries ripped out.
Yes.
I did that.
Yes.
Well, again, that segment, and we should maybe link to it in our show notes.
Absolutely.
And when we just launched the new show, and let me call your attention. I don't know if, Rob, can you move the camera so we can tell everybody what this logo looks like? Thank you. By the way, shout out to Rob. It's the first time I'm working with him. I've been working with WJOB since 2017. So nice to meet you, Rob, and thank you for doing this for us. Let's talk about this logo real quick. This is not the permanent one yet, but this is kind of the first shot at representing what I think this group is all about. So if you look at this, there are obviously the microphone. We all know the symbolism there, but the angel wings have these different colors, and I picked these colors with pure intention. I actually wore this color. It's a little more blue on camera, but it's teal. Teal is the color signifying the ovarian cancer. So that's where those are, and that's what my mom battled for 2 years before she passed away. We also have gray for brain cancer. We have orange for kidney cancer, and then I have a little bit of pink for breast cancer. So we're not going to be talking about cancer on this show a lot.
Right.
It will come up, but the purpose of the show is to talk about all the great things going on in the community, some of the organizations, including some of the organizations that support cancer patients, but that's not the focus of the show. So the logo just has that meaning. So this is not going to be all about that, but now you kind of know. And there's a tiny, tiny little heart, too, at the base of the microphone for those who have battled heart issues. So that one's for you in this case, too.
Yes.
So, yeah. So that's the latest kind of mock-up. It's going to look different in its final state. We'll have a website. We'll have a nomination form. So Tina will work with me to identify these people, and we want to make it so that if somebody's listening and they're like, oh, I worked with this organization, this person was great, we want you out there in the community to nominate these people, and then we'll go through and schedule them, just like we did 69 other shows we did for Speaking of Charity. We're going to bring that same process to this and really just blow it up, right?
Well, and I think we live in a society, and even our backyards, the news is always what? Chicago news?
Yes.
But we're not Chicago, we're Northwest Indiana, and so much is happening right here in our backyard. Yeah. It's come full circle for me to be back here and to be able to joining you, Gloria, to help make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, and there's so much good being done. But
so
the
much.
Stories aren't always being told.
That's right.
Let's tell them.
Absolutely. And that was kind of the genesis of the Speaking of Charity. I was going through visiting these charities when we were writing the big checks from our Service League fundraiser, which we'll talk about in a second. And I remember going to Fairhaven and walking out of there after meeting Kelly Vates, their executive director and founder. And I was choked up, so emotional about the amazing work that they do in the area of rape awareness and education and taking care of, advocating for victims. So I went into the car after I left that visit, and I sat there and I'm like, oh my gosh, people need to know about this. I've been here my whole life and I didn't know about that. And then there were a bunch of other nonprofits. We know them by name, but we don't really know what they do. We don't understand how they raise money or how they, market. They don't really have a chance to market themselves.
Well, and until you're in a situation, you don't know the resources out there.
That's right.
So how would you know about Fairhaven? And if people aren't talking and networking,
yes.
And with the background, I lived in the nonprofit world as well. to know that, how do we reach those people that may need these services? That are right here in Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, and how do we reach people who really do want to give back and volunteer their time? A lot of people just don't know where to go, right?
Or they think they need training, or they need a license, but there's always an opportunity.
Yes.
I think there's going to be a lot of really
yes.
great things.
Yeah, we're already
happening.
Booked up for the rest of the month, except for next week. We have a pending guest. Which, by the way, next week, Tina is going to be sitting in this chair and doing her first show. And I'm so pumped. I'm not even going to be in town.
I hope I do okay.
So, Tina, you're going to be doing the show on April 11th.
Yes.
I'll come back and do the show with you on April 18th. And on the 18th, let's just talk about that for a second. We have Gretchen Mercer from No Child Hungry. NWI No Child Hungry. She's going to tell us all about her organization. I just met her, not somebody who I was familiar with before this past year. Yeah, so somebody who's motivated, who started something, like this is all about getting their word out. So that's the 18th. On the 28th, we'll have another show. That's also going to be You by Yourself. That weekend, there is something going on called Listen to Your Mother. And yours truly is in the cast, which is,
I'm excited.
I'm a little terrified
we
about this.
We already have our tickets. We're going to be
there. I'm excited. So since we don't have time to get them on the show, I do want to talk about that just for a second. So Listen to Your Mother is a production. Carrie Bedwell, she is an educator. She's going to be on the show. I think maybe we'll do it remotely because she's going to be out of town up until then. But you sell tickets to the show. The proceeds go to Meals on Wheels. It's going to be at the Art Theater, and it's a bunch of people who get up and tell a story. It's like 5 to 7 minutes for each. They rocked it last year. I went to the event for the first time. I had no idea what I was going to be seeing. I didn't understand the event. But every story was like captivating, all a little bit different. And they write them. There's rehearsals, so it's kind of like a cast. It's a whole thing. I'm not really, people will not believe this is true, but I'm not very comfortable reading in front of people or having like a one-way. I like to interact and interview. So this is out of my comfort zone for sure. So
you're going to rock it.
I'm going to be okay, but it's an emotional story that I'm going to tell. So I'm hoping to keep it together. But yeah, so that's coming up. That is the weekend of April 28th. It's the 30th is the date of that event.
Is it the 30th or the 27th?
Oh.
Is it the 27th?
We'll have to check that.
Yeah.
No, we better check that. I should have.
The only reason why I know that is my wedding anniversary is the 28th, and it's Monday.
Oh, okay. Then it is the 27th. That's Sunday. Okay. Thank goodness you're here to keep us straight. Okay, so that's happening on that date. And then the one other thing I wanted to mention on today's show is just a reminder that the Lake County Forever campaign, you have until June 30th. If you didn't catch the episode last week, which was episode 69 of Speaking of Charity, and the last one, definitely go back and watch it because there's a bunch of ways to give back to Lake County with this very unique opportunity for a 2-to-1 match from the Lilly Foundation out of Indianapolis. So that is going to be great. So outside of that, Tina, tell me how much fun you had at the Taste of the Region.
Oh, I had so much fun. It was an amazing event, and the people that learn about it, it just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah.
And it's a Friday night affair that not only are you having fun, but you're giving back again, where? Locally.
Yeah.
But, I love it because my family can come, friends come, and just it's just a fun event that you feel good at. Really.
So speaking
and you get to dress up.
You get to dress up. We dressed up fancy. We little disco theme. I had my crazy earrings on.
I loved your earrings.
It was a lot of fun.
Like a disco.
But speaking of your family, we got to give a plug to your brother.
Yes, I actually was just talking to him on the phone. He's having lunch with my husband.
Nice.
Can you
share, please, who your husband is? Because he's doing some amazing things around the region.
Yes, my husband is Gloria Chip, and so we work well within the community and just trying to raise awareness. And working with individuals. We're partners in local automotive dealerships, but we try to give back to the community. We pick charities every month. And then my brother, who is I always say my younger brother, my little brother, Chris Pavlou, also does a lot for our community. He is really, just his story, I would love to have him on.
We're going to. This is why I opened up the scope for business owners too, and business people, because so many business people have a great story to tell.
Well, and again, we grew up, went to Maryville High School. He now runs Radius, which is a phenomenal restaurant in Valpo, and Maple and Bacon. And then he's opening Radius 2.0 in Crown Point on the square. But he also does a lot to give back to the community.
Hold on, before you talk about that, I have to tell you, my husband's favorite place for sandwiches is Sandwich City in Crown Point.
City, yes.
So shout out to Sandwich City. I don't know that a lot of people
It's a hidden secret.
It is the best.
It is a hidden
It's like
secret.
a little store with all these different imported foods. There's like an olive bar in there. You can order a hot sandwich. All the sandwiches have cool names. I love Lincoln Carryouts too. They have cool sandwich names. But Sandwich City, man, right, rocking it out, Chris.
Yeah, that was, and if you go to Sandwich City in Crown Point, it's on Summit. The walls have a story that they tell you.
Yes,
So
I've seen those.
check that out.
Yeah, but we does should have Chris on.
Yeah,
You think he'll do it?
Yeah, have you met my brother? Of course he will. I've taught him everyone he knows. I'm just kidding. Yes, he's a people person.
Yes. You were going to say something else about him, about how he gives back.
He really tries to make an impact locally.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people grow up, they move away.
Yeah.
We've come back.
Right.
So to be able to be back at your roots and, help those, because we've all had challenges.
Absolutely. So, mentioning him, he was very gracious to be a part of the Service League Taste of the Region. This event is not easy to put on.
No.
We were kind of promoting it over the year, and so many of the restaurants, the logistics involved are intense. You were on the committee 2 years in a row now with restaurants.
Yes, but
and
I
you
was
didn't
excited.
quit.
I didn't quit, and this year I had people on my committee. Last year it was just me.
So let's give a shout out to some of the other restaurants that were out there, because today's show is really like an introduction for you, an introduction to the new show, but it's really, the purpose is like a recap of the Taste of the Region. Let me just go to my list here. I mean, there's a lot, so I'm not going to list them all, but
they were great. It's a Friday night.
Yeah.
It was a Friday night, which is a busy night for them, employees.
Yeah.
And they do this out of the kindness of their heart. They don't get paid. We don't give them honorarium. They love it. It's like now we're at a point where people are asking us to be a part of the event, which is great. So the Pavlou group was there, as you mentioned, which was Radius, Maple and Bacon, Sandwich City. We had Pete Claderis' group, which was Theo's, Umi. We had 9 Mile Barbecue, which is actually a catering program, and the owner used to be principal at Wheeler Middle School.
Oh, wow.
So, which is really cool to see.
That's a career change.
That's a big career change.
So those are also like great stories.
Yes. And they all had matching T-shirts, and it was just, you could tell they were excited to be there. We had Badera.
Yep.
We had Provecho.
We had Bakehouse.
Bakehouse, which is another, she started out in her own home.
Yeah.
And just it grew, and she's on the square.
Yes.
We had Mr. Cheesy Cakes,
yep,
which is again locally owned. These are all locally owned.
That's right.
Businesses.
That's right.
Which is what we're about.
Well, just kind of keep going down the road. Calumet Bakery, Ciao Bella always participates. Copolitos, they are.
Yes.
Well, I think we had lunch
Windy
there
City.
when they first opened, right? I haven't been to Windy City yet.
I haven't either.
Cute as a Cupcake always participates. Gamba always participates. Gelsassimos. Oh, Peter Anderson.
Oh, he's amazing.
He really is.
We need to have him on.
Yes, we absolutely should. He's an amazingly giving, very giving man.
Yes.
Just
Lighthouse.
has the heart of gold. Yes, Lighthouse.
Good Boy Vodka.
I was trying to go in alphabetical order.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, that's okay. So, Good Boy Vodka, yeah. What's the, how did we find them?
My brother.
Okay.
He is an investor with Good Boy Vodka.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for
Mario
that too,
Mills,
Chris. Okay.
Mario Mills is the one that was my connection, and he's also super helpful. So I'll have to give him a shout out too.
Okay, yeah, love the Good Boy Vodka. Okay, then we had Indiana Beverage. It's always generous.
They are.
Jilly's Cafe. So Jillian Ritchie, she's a new Service League member.
Yes.
Watch out. There's going to be a new hotspot in Crown Point. It's right
Across. Right off
I forgot what it used to be, but it's right across from Lucretia's.
Yes.
And they are they're renovating this old space that used to be like a antique store, right?
No, but I do know her setup and her presentation.
It's beautiful.
It was amazing.
Beautiful.
It was
beautiful.
So yummy.
You're going to feel like you're in the south of France when you go to this place. It's going to be amazing. And Crystal Klump from our group is also, with her beautiful eye and her skilled construction knowledge in her company. I think they're in that together. So yeah, we mentioned Lighthouse, even Meals on Wheels. They were there doing
the Chef Federation.
Yes, right? The Chef Federation. Yes. Amazing. They're always so great. Provecho, we said, Rosebud, Theo's, White Rhino, which we have our meeting at White Rhino Monday night.
Okay.
By the way. And then Windy City Social. So yeah, sorry if I missed any. I don't know if the website was 100%.
There's a new local brewery.
Okay.
That was also part of it.
Okay. You remember their name?
I may say it wrong.
Don't mess it up.
Well, I may mess it up. Can we edit?
No editing. We're live on the radio. No, it's okay.
Was it Gnosis? No.
Oh, yeah. I did see that. Yes. With the G. G-N-O-S-I-S.
But the G is like silent.
Yes. Gnosis? Okay, Gnosis. Yeah. Maybe that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, and amazing donuts.
Parlor Donuts.
Yes.
Yeah. Obscene. Gosh. Obscene.
And you know what? I never eat enough food when I'm there.
Okay, so this was the first year that I made myself go eat because I get so...
Next time, take me with you.
I was so frustrated the last couple years that I didn't do it, and everybody was raving about the food. I'm like, we work so hard, we have to eat. So I did eat. My daughter flew in from Austin to be at the event, so it was a wonderful thing to have them with me. And yeah, I ate and I sat at the table with them, and I actually enjoyed myself this year. And then we all stayed till, midnight?
Yes.
Cleaning up. So you guys, this event next year, put it in your calendar. It's going to be the first week of March, probably. I don't think the date's 100% solid yet, but it's usually the first or second week second Friday in March. You just can't miss it because the real story here is we talked about all the food and the fun and the sponsors. We got together as a committee 2 nights ago through the Service League, and we are writing checks for over $90,000. So we have all of these organizations. They, go through a little process to tell us what their needs are, and then we assess, and then we try to spread this money across as many organizations as possible. So they're not like huge checks to one organization. They are spread. We literally do it that way on purpose so that everybody can get something, and we tie it back to a need. So that's going to be part of our show is, inviting those organizations on to talk about
and tell their
story. What they're doing and tell their story.
And I think the other really cool thing, Gloria, is Service League. Me being in the nonprofit world, we're all volunteers.
Yes.
Every single one of us on Service League are giving our time.
Yeah.
There's no administrative fees.
None.
So I think that is super cool.
It is. I mentioned that before. I think people think it's a company. We're like, no. It's a bunch of ladies who are doing a bunch of very beautiful ladies.
Yes, I like that.
Who are spinning plates with jobs, businesses, kids, husbands, dogs. I mean, you name it, we're spinning it.
In-laws,
right?
parents.
Yes, everything. Yes, I mean, so many things. And I have given the Service League so much love back. It's never enough because I cannot tell you how many times I have like look to the Service League to get a question about something health related. Everybody's kind of got a connection to something. And everybody's just so helpful. And I just feel blessed that I have all these women in my life. And we get new ones every year that inject new energy because we get tired. I can't get tired yet. I'm still green.
I'm tired.
I've been doing it a long time.
And you do a lot.
I really feel like my little contribution is the tech side, and that's where I'm going to keep it. But I can't quit.
No.
Mark my words now. I really can't quit.
No, you can't because I
can't because, and I've mentioned this before, my mother-in-law, Gloria Morris, was in the Service League like way back in the 70s. When my husband was a little baby, she used to take him with her in the car with big paper maps doing what was Meals on Wheels, but it wasn't called that yet.
Oh my gosh. That's
so she's the one who got me into this. And since she's passed away, God rest her soul, I can never quit because like she's watching and she's going to be like, we need you to carry it on. So I love it. I love the people. Every year I feel like, I can't do it again. But then you get through it and you write the checks and you present the checks. And that's what makes it all amazingly worth it. But so that is the Service League of Northwest Indiana. Go to the website serviceleaguenwi.org. You can find out all about our organization and the ladies, and like nominate yourself to be a member if you're interested. You have to be sponsored by somebody, but we love getting requests from people and looking at how they can help. I mean, it's a commitment.
It is a commitment.
It's a commitment. You have to go to meetings once a month. We get the summers off.
We do.
We do Meals on Wheels. We do. We used to do Soup Kitchen. We don't do that anymore. You plan this event. Our whole world is revolving around this one event, but is not the only thing we do. We do Habitat for Humanity, build houses. I've used a staple gun and jackhammer before in the Habitat for Humanity. Can you imagine it?
Yeah, I can.
I have no skills.
The house would probably not hold.
They teach you what to do, but no, it's great. So yes, so serviceleaguenwi.org. Please go and check it out. So
amazing organization.
I really wanted to give a shout out to WJOB for giving us this time. I'm thrilled you're going to be joining me.
I'm thrilled to be here.
We'll see about next Friday if the guest observes. You are going to be the host. I will not be here, so you'll be all raring to go. And then the last weekend of the month, you'll do that one as well. I'll be at my Disney reunion.
Disney reunion?
Yeah, I used to be a bank robber at Disney World.
Did you say you used to be a bank robber?
That's exactly what I said. I was at the Great Movie Ride. Shout out to the GMRs out there. Great Movie Ride is the best attraction that ever existed at the Disney Hollywood Studios, which what it's called now. It used to be Disney MGM Studios.
Yes.
So that's what I did for 3 years.
Can we do a remote live there?
I would love to do that. But yeah, so I'll be there. You'll be doing the show April 28th, and then right? Is that the 28th?
25th.
I'm screwing up the dates. Okay. You'll see.
That's our anyway. You know what I love? It's our wedding anniversary.
That's right. You said it's the 28th. So listen to your mother's the 27th. Yes. The show is the 25th.
Yep.
25th. Okay. We got it straight. All right. So you have been listening to the Region Angels. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will share our new website and launch and all that good stuff very soon. Thank you so much for listening or watching. And we'll also be launching our podcast version of the show. So thank you again. Thanks to Rob in the control studio.
He gave us a thumbs up.
Yep. Until next time, we will see you soon.
Yes.
That's it for this episode of Region Angels. We hope you were inspired by the guest and topic today. Remember, there's angels all around us making a difference in our community. Be sure to follow us on social media for updates and nominate angels you know in your area. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast so you'll never miss an episode. Until next time, keep spreading your wings and making a difference in the 219.